Welcome to Watson and Kennedy University Housing. We're really excited to have you join us on campus this year, and we are looking forward to having a great year. So just some information about our hall staff. My name is Kelly Zukowski. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the resident director for both Watson Pods and Kennedy Hall. My main office location is in Kennedy 1111, but I will be spending time between both buildings. So if you need anything, feel free to email me and set up an appointment. Otherwise, you can pop by my office. And if I'm there, I'd be more than happy to chat with you. My email is listed there in case you need that as well. We do have a graduate resident director with us in the Kennedy Watson complexes, and their name is Noah Fletcher Smith. They use they, them pronouns, and they are studying higher education administration. Their office will be located in Watson Commons, and they will be overseeing the Watson Pods. We do have a living learning community / theme community in Kennedy Hall, which is called Geektopia. Geektopia is really the celebration and being able to celebrate geek life and culture. So they have a lot of different ideas for things to do this year. It is also heavily based off of what the residents of that community want to do and what they're interested in. And so we will have some really fun activities. If it's something that you're interested in, but you're not in that theme community, connect with that RA, see what events are coming up and what's going on and how you can get involved as well. So if you scan this QR code, you will find the amenities for Watson. Watson is our only traditional style building on campus. The bedroom style is shared, so you will be sharing with another resident. You do have twin XL beds, and you have a brand new wireless system, which is something that the university has just switched over. You do have a very large refrigerator with a separate freezer given to you in the room. There is no microwave, so you are allowed to bring a microwave, and we'll get to those specifics later. The laundry room is community style, which means that all of the laundry machines are in the same area, and that's where everyone goes to do their laundry. That is located in Watson Commons, so it's just across the walkway. There's a panic button in each room. There is a clubhouse, which is also in Watson Commons, as well as a computer lab and game room. And it is built-in furniture, so the wardrobe, desk, and dresser are built in, and there is a chair provided as well. For amenities in Kennedy, you can scan this QR code. It is traditional suites and super suites, and the rooms are shared as well. So you will be living with someone else in the room, but because it is a suite, you get, you're sharing your bathroom with at least one other person, depending on what kind of suite you're in. It is twin XL beds as well. Most of them are lofted. There will be QR codes or websites posted throughout the hall. If you want to lower or raise your bed, you just have to fill out a work order for it. Please do not try to do it yourself. I know on Watson beds, those are not adjustable. Every room is provided a refrigerator and microwave. It is a bigger refrigerator in the super suites, and it is a micro fridge in the traditional suites. So you are not allowed to bring a fridge or microwave with you to Kennedy unless it is for medical purposes that have been approved through SARC. It is community style laundry, so just like in Watson, you bring it to a central location to do your laundry, and it's the same location as the clubhouse. Kennedy is a little different than other buildings because there is only one entrance and exit through the complex, and that is through the clubhouse. There is a computer lab in there and a game room. The game room is really nice. It has different video games and things like that in there, a TV, multiple TVs actually, and a very big multi-purpose room for programs and different things like that. You do have drawers, dressers, a desk, and a closet or a wardrobe. This is a list of some approved items. You can find a detailed list online. These are some of the ones that we see often. So a clothing steamer, coffee pot, both have to have automatic shut off. Holiday decorations, you can have 2 strands of lights that may be strung together, but they must be labeled as UL approved, and they're not allowed on porches or balconies, which thankfully doesn't apply to us because we don't have porches or balconies. You are allowed to have a toaster. If you live in a super suite, so if your room number starts with a 2, you're allowed to have an air fryer. If you live in Kennedy in a traditional suite, so your room number starts with a 1, that means that you do not have a separate kitchen area, and you are not allowed to have an air fryer, and you are not allowed to have an air fryer in Watson either. Power strips are allowed in surge protectors. It just has to have that on-off switch and be labeled as UL approved. But keep in note that they are not allowed in kitchens or bathrooms. And then you are allowed to have window treatments, but they must be flame or fire retardant. Some not approved items, big appliances like washers, dryers, fridges, freezers, things like that. We are providing that stuff for you, so they are not approved to bring. Also, our systems are only designed to accommodate certain utility demands, so any additional appliances puts a strain on that, which could end up causing major problems. To prevent fire due to unsafe cooking appliances or practices, we want to make sure that we are only bringing approved items and that they are only in approved spaces. All approved appliances must be UL certified and listed to be used in the halls. Without that UL certification, they're not permitted to be, and the responsibility will be on the student to be removed from their space. The item, not the student. So some not approved items, you guys can read the list. There's also a big list online. I just wanted to touch on a few. Alcohol paraphernalia, so including shot glasses, wine glasses, things like that. Bed risers are not a thing. In Watson, you're not allowed to adjust the beds because they are fixed beds, and you are not allowed to have bed risers either, so keep that in mind. Candles not allowed. Flags or fabric items that are bigger than 3 feet by 5 feet in size are not allowed, so keep that in mind when you're picking out different like tapestries and things like that for your room. Pets are not allowed. Plug-in fragrance warmers, so like wax melts and wallflowers and things like that, those are not allowed. LED light strips, those are not allowed either. And so for the microwave in Watson, because you are allowed to bring your own, it just can't exceed 840 watts of power. Room decoration policy, so make sure that you keep at least 50% of any given wall clear. You're not allowed to hang anything from the ceilings. Possession or displaying of alcohol paraphernalia, including but not limited to funnels, beer bongs, shot dispensers, or other methods of alcohol delivery are not allowed, even if it is a decoration. So like a decorated wine glass or a decorated wine bottle, not allowed. Affixing any items to the wall that may create damage to the surface. Displaying of any items facing outward towards the public spaces, curtains or window treatments that do not have a fire retardant label on them. A failure to use low tack tape, so either like blue painter's tape or other low tack hanging devices, so like command strips, things like that when hanging decorations, because it can peel the paint off the walls. Affixing any items to a fire rated door, so decorating your apartment or unit door, not allowed. So different aspects for safety. There are staff on call each night, so if an emergency does arise, they're there. They serve on duty from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and there is a central duty phone number that you're able to call. We also have the university police that's here 24/7. Interior halls, the doors are accessed through card swipes. So in Watson and Kennedy, you'll have to swipe in at the main door, and then you can get to your different spaces. In Kennedy, because there's different buildings there, you have to be able to swipe into your building as well. And each residence card is programmed for their specific hall to gain access. So Watson residents, you're not able to access like Centennial Place, for example. Kennedy, same thing. You have access to your building. Exterior buildings have an additional deadbolt that does not apply to either of these buildings. And then each unit within the building has a panic button, so it can be pressed for any emergency. And it's clearly labeled, so. We strongly recommend downloading the LiveSafe app. So you go to the Google Play or App Store and you download it for free. You would then register your mobile device and fill out your profile to verify your account. And then for institution, you would select Georgia Southern. And so there's options for safety escorts, a safety map, so finding out like where our blue lights are, different resources for emergencies, how to report something. It's a great way to just help you feel safe, especially if you're walking from, for example, the education building back to Watson and it's dark and it's at night and you're not comfortable walking alone. You can use the app to get a safety escort and they'll escort you back to the building. So let's talk about move-in. Move-in isn't just 2 weeks, which is actually crazy. And so Operation Move-in is on August 5th and 6th on both campuses by time slot. So on August 5th, if you are checking in, please check what time your time slot is for, and then you'll be going to the rack to get your keys. This is where you'll have all your information. They'll tell you how to get to the halls, what to do, things like that. If you are checking in on August 6th, 7th, or anytime after the 5th, you will be checking in at the individual halls. If you have not selected a time slot, please do so. They have been released. If there's not a slot or an option for the time that you want, it's because that slot is full. There is a video online for how to select a time slot. If you want to look at that, please stick with your time slot so that we can keep our operations moving smoothly. The reason that we have these different time slots is to help keep the process going and keep the operation moving. There are some early arrival groups. If you're an early arrival, you should have received some communication on that. And there is Operation Move-In information website at the bottom of the screen. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You're more than welcome to send me an email, or you can email housing@georgiasouthern.edu. And then I'm going to answer some commonly asked questions. So one question that we have is, are overnight guests permitted? Overnight guests are permitted. There are some stipulations with that, such as there can't be more than 15 nights within a semester. Also, your roommate needs to be okay with it. Your RA will go over this information with you, but guests are permitted. Another question is about laundry. Laundry is free to all residents. You do just need to provide your own laundry detergent and anything else that you may need for it. Again, animals are not allowed unless they are registered service animals or support animals. Just want to reiterate, if you are moving in on August 5th, you will be going to the rack to pick up your keys. If you are moving in after August 5th, you will come to your respective building to pick up your keys. The furniture is movable in terms of bed, desk, dresser, wardrobe, things like that. In Kennedy and in Watson, there is fixed furniture, but the bed and the refrigerator are movable. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you.